that are not doing all that well. If you take a look at the sectoral move right now, all the sectors are in the red, but the least losing sector today is Nifty PSU banks. Of course, some recovery seen on this index after the numbers coming in from SBI. That's a mixed set of mixed set of numbers coming in. But it's actually names like Bank of Maharashtra that are up 4%. Central Bank is up 1.3%. Indian Bank also trying to just claw to the green right now. Let's also welcome on board Mr. Somil Mehta, Head Alternate Research at Mirae Asset Sharekhan, joining us. And Somil, what is your sense of the entire PSU banking space right now? Because while the overall breadth of the market seems to be largely negative, there are a handful of stocks from this pack that are actually trading in the green right now.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone. In the PSU space, I think there are a lot of stocks which are hanging around 200 daily exponential moving average. If you see, in fact, even Canara Bank, Punjab Bank, they're very close to their 200 daily exponential moving average. Talking about the large cap SBI is still in that gray area where it is taken support at 200 daily moving average multiple times, taken support. It is trading around 20 and 40 daily moving average. So at this point of time, I would suggest to avoid at this point of time, because till the time it does not give a close above the 20-40 daily moving average, starts making that higher top higher bottom formation on the daily charts, till that time I would avoid. Anything above 816 would be the right time to enter SBI, and then we may see a good rally on the upside. But at this point of time, I'm really not looking for on the long side. I'm looking for on the short side, where Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, specifically Bank of Baroda, it has just taken resistance at 2040 daily moving average. It is negative right now. I'll be waiting for a break on the downside, which is 234. Once it breaks this level on the downside, it will slide to much lower levels below 224, 220. So I'm a little bearish on the PSU pack. Stock specific, till the time it does not break on the downside some crucial levels, till that time hold, but overall bearish.
Fantastic. Coming in on select PSU counters, holds a bearish view at this point in time. But other than that, one of the other stocks that is indeed reeling under pressure is actually Biocon. We did talk about the numbers in the morning itself. The numbers were not that great. It was a clear miss all throughout, and it was the margins in their generic side that was not doing that very well. And even when we had a word with the management, they were highlighting the concerns over there, and along with that, it's definitely not giving the confidence to the investors. But Dhananjay, what's your reading on Biocon numbers? It's a 5% decline. The stock opened flat, but all throughout the day, it's a tremendous selling pressure is what the stock is facing. And what's your overall sense on the pharma pack as well?
So I think so. I have not looked at the Biocon space. So basically, on the pharma pack, I think there is a overhang of the US tariff that is there. So I think there has been a significant correction across the pharma companies that have exposure in the US market. So I think this is under investigation. I think it will take about couple of months for the outcome to come out. So I think, this is somewhat exempt from the tariff hikes that has been announced in the US. So there is a possibility that whenever the hike happens, there might be whenever we get to know what US wants to do eventually, we'll get to know what the reaction would be. But broader view that we have taken is that that if the tariff hike happens, companies would be able to pass on those costs to end product prices. So, we are kind of equal weight at this juncture. We'll decide on what the eventual price one would look at. But I think if there is a adverse price reaction, I think we would want to buy into select names such as Sun Pharma, Orchid, Ajanta, and Cipla are 3, 4 names that we are looking at very keenly. Not very negative at a broader level, because I think the cyclical sectors might actually see a more adverse market reaction, etc. But I think pharma, hospitals, etc., healthcare is something that I would sort of look for adding as we go forward. Yeah.
That's a take on Nifty Pharma. But Dhananjay, what about the entire auto space? Because now if you take a look at the sectors and how they've performed on a week-to-date basis after PSU banks, it's actually Nifty Auto that is going to, it looks like at least for now, is going to end the week in the green. There's a 0.6% uptick coming in on Nifty Auto on the weekly basis, the week-to-date basis. And some names like Hero Motor, TVS Motor, Maruti Eicher, Bajaj Auto, they've all done well. Within the entire auto space, Dhananjay, are you liking the two-wheelers more versus the four-wheelers? Is it the EV story that is more appealing? Or what is looking good within the auto space?
I think auto space is embroiled in this whole headwind with respect to the supply of rare earth magnets, etc., from China. So I think we are kind of selective. We are avoiding four wheelers. We'll need to see how things pan out. I think there is certain process of negotiation that's happening. So I think there can be some disruption as far as supply is concerned. I would say relatively the two-wheeler space is looking better. TVS, Hero Motor, etc. Those stocks have actually come down. There has been valuation correction out there, and if there is a sort of a easing of the commodity prices, especially metals and all, we are seeing copper and steel, etc. There's a possibility of margin expansion there. So I think we generally are more positive on two-wheelers. We would like to have Hero Motors, TVS, even Eicher. So these are some segment within the auto space. I think I would say we are also somewhat positive on tractors. Escort is one name that we're looking at. So generally avoiding four wheelers, and I would say in the EV space, we'll need to see. I think there's a increase in penetration in the EV two wheelers that's been happening, and I would say that within the overall pack, within the two-wheeler space, also there is a sort of a shift in the market share that is happening. So there are interesting things out there in terms of price behavior and uh, and and, uh, and penetration market share changes that are there. So Ola, Ather are things that are being considered. Bajaj is also in the fray. So I think we'll need to select one of those. Ather is something that we like relatively better than others.
All right, so that's the take coming in on the auto pack. But thank you so much, Dhananjay, for taking the time out and speaking with us. Really appreciate that. But with this, viewers, just 30 minutes left before we should shop. Let's also get you some of the trading ideas from both of our experts. And Sharan, you go first. Tell us what is the stock that you're eyeing right now.
So, Shristi, two stocks for today, one sell, one buy. I think NSDL has given a great move, as I mentioned again. So I think some rub-off effect can be seen on CDSL. It's trying to make a reversal on the charts. So go long on CDSL. Again, a very decent stop loss of 1555. Since the time I had given the graphic, the stock has corrected slightly. So I would suggest just manage your risk reward ratio and take the stop loss down to around 1545 kind of levels. Target should be around 1600 to 1645 odd levels. Second stock, Nykaa, it's looking very weak on the charts. If someone wants, they can actually take a sell call in August futures. At the time of giving the graphic, it was around 205. The stop loss should be just 5 rupees. And if at all stock rallies up, 5 rupees, please take your stop loss. Target is equally down 200 and 195 odd level. I think if it continues trading the way it is, I think you can quickly see levels of 90 and even 185 on the charts.
Okay, so those are the calls that have made it to Sharan's radar. But Somil, what about you amid a market like this? Are you recommending any sell calls, or do you believe now is a good buy on dips strategy, that deployment time? So what are your calls for the day?
I'm on the sell side. I think the markets are weak. Markets are forming low tops, low bottoms. So I don't like to fish the bottoms. My first sell call would be Lodha from the real estate pack, and Lodha has just formed a triangle pattern. I'm expecting that to break on the downside, trading below 200 daily moving average, trading below the short-term averages. Looks bearish to me in the medium term outlook as well. So the stop loss would be 1260, a little higher side, but the targets are deeper, much deeper than 1125. So 1125 would be my first target. My second call would be again from the financial back, which I mentioned previously as well, that the financials are not looking that great, and I'll be looking for sell side opportunities. I have a Shriram Finance, which has just broken out of a small triangle pattern on the downside, taken resistance at 200 daily moving average. Today is a very good momentum on the downside, so I'll be selling the stock for around 611, I think. Stop loss would be 631 and target would be 575.
Right, so two-side call coming in from Somil. Let's watch out for that. But time now to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep tracking the markets, but on the other side.